The Lord of the Rings Gollum, developed by German games developer Daedalic Entertainment, follows the titular character of Gollum and is set within the world of the novels written by Tolkien. Originally announced to be released in 2021, the game was delayed multiple times before the final date of May 25th, 2023 was finalized. Will Gollum stand tall among other great Lord of the Rings games, or will it stumble and fall into the pits of Mount Doom? For full transparency, the review code for this game was supplied to me for an early playthrough. My review and opinions are my own and are not influenced by any studio or any third party. I have no financial or personal interest in the success of this game, and my review is based solely on my experience with it. All gameplay footage was captured on my PC with graphical settings ranging from epic to medium. I will discuss the graphical performances later in the video. I will display timestamps on screen now, so if anything captures your attention, you can jump straight there. So, let's hurry up and review The Lord of the Rings Gollum. Before we jump into my review, I feel I also need to explain the obvious. Yes, I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. You just need to look through my channel to see how many different videos I have dedicated to the world of Middle-earth, and so many might feel that I have biases towards the game, and I won't lie, my love of Tolkien's creations did play a massive role in how much I enjoyed the game. But I will ensure that this review is as honest as humanly possible. So let's jump straight into this review. As mentioned before, the game is set within the world of the novels, which was honestly a nice switch to what many will be used to, seeing as most games are set within the world of the Peter Jackson movies. We of course follow the story of Smeagol, his internal battle with Gollum, his fight to survive, and his ultimate goal, to recover the One Ring. What truly sets this narrative apart is how everything is introduced. We are actually reliving the accounts of Gollum as he is being questioned by Gandalf, and with that, I will stop talking as I do not want to give away any spoilers. For all intents and purposes, Gollum is a third-person stealth-based puzzle and platformer. Players take control of Gollum as he runs, jumps, crawls, and climbs his way through the game's various landscapes and levels. This does make for a rather enjoyable change of pace when compared to the current action-packed climate of the gaming world. Navigating the world is a reward on its own. Many fans of Tolkien's work will notice nods and Easter eggs to the source material, and different designs of familiar characters allows for something new and exciting while still feeling nostalgic. An exciting addition to the gameplay is the internal fight that occurs between Smeagol and Gollum. Players will often have to choose to make a decision as either personality, then have to convince the other personality why this is a good idea. Even when engaging with NPCs, players can choose which persona to converse as. With all this in mind, while Gollum seems simple in its execution, it doesn't mean it isn't fun. This is honestly an enjoyable experience, and I found myself having a lot more fun than I was initially expecting. But there are several issues with the gameplay, especially from a mechanical perspective. Gollum is a great character control, most of the time. His movements are creepy but believable. The way he walks along the ground is disturbing and animalistic. It really looks great, but his handling is a bit clunky, especially when it comes to the parkour elements such as climbing and jumping. I could easily compare it to the earlier Assassin's Creed games where players would accidentally end up jumping in a completely different direction to what they were planning. The camera can also become incredibly unhelpful during these climbing and jumping segments, or even during stealth segments. Often, enemies, paths, or ledges are just out of the player's view, and there is not much you can do about it. There are also moments where the camera can freak out a little due to the tight confines of the playing world, but in more open areas this isn't much of an issue. There were also unfortunately several instances where I ran into frustrating or even game-breaking glitches, such as falling through the floor, that really put a damper on the game. Graphically, this game delivers. While not the most visually stunning game when compared to other titans in the industry, the graphics can easily immerse any player and transport them to the world of Middle-earth. The aesthetic is great, and as I mentioned before, the developers did a great job of exploring new character designs while keeping them familiar. The world and landscapes are a ton of fun to explore, and their design will definitely invoke feelings of suspense and terror. Unfortunately, I did experience some graphical glitches, such as Gollum's hair acting up and some rings of smoke displaying rings around them. But none of those were truly destroying my gameplay experience. However, one thing almost did, and that one thing I did notice was a frame rate drop that occurred once every few minutes. This is why I began experimenting with the different graphical settings. No matter if I was playing on epic, great or medium settings, I still experienced the occasional frame rate drop and my character doing a quick 180-degree turn, completely changing my trajectory. In conclusion, The Lord of the Rings Gollum is a charming game that surprised me. I found myself having a lot more fun than I expected, but unfortunately, the multiple bugs and glitches keep it from reaching the upper quartile of great Middle-earth games. I am sure that many of the issues will be resolved with a few updates and patches here and there. The game is a great love letter to all things Tolkien and a great exploration of Smeagol's character. If you are a fan of the fantastical world of Middle-earth, or are just wanting to enjoy a good character-driven game, then you should definitely check it out. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and do not be afraid to subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. See you soon.